Juneteenth Economic Forum. Thank you for returning to our session 2, day 2, business opportunities within the sharing economy with Airbnb and Turo rentals. Our mission statement is for the ZWHJCOC Homes Junior Community Outreach Center is creating self-sustaining pathways out of poverty for young people and families living in Dallas through education, job training, and placement. We proudly serve more than 5,700 clients since 2019. What are those pathways? We have 3 focus areas: entrepreneurship, low voltage training, which is STEM workforce, and asset building. We have 3 asset building classes: incremental success, cash flow, collateral, and leverage, and our newest class, the Financial Wellness Village. Well, I'm the executive director. My name is Frances Smith-Dean. I've been the executive director since January 2018, former registered investment advisor, and former mathematics adjunct professor at Richland College. My co-host today, who is Jasmine Anderson, she's our operations manager. She is from Memphis, Tennessee. She has a bachelor's degree in nonprofit management as well as a master's degree in nonprofit management. Jasmine is a small business owner. Her expertise is in construction, management, social media, and real estate. My assistant is the lovely Audrey Brown. She's the executive assistant. She has a bachelor's degree in business administration. She worked formerly with Samson Sales. She owns her notary business and she's a financial coach. So for today's session, I'm going to turn it over to Jasmine so that Jasmine can introduce our guests for today. So we want to welcome you and thank you for joining us. Jasmine, you're on mute.
My apologies. So as I was saying, thank you so very much for that wonderful introduction. And now I would like to tell you a little bit about our presenter today. So the name, and please, my apologies if I butcher this, correct me. We may have Mr. John Olo with us today and Trinice Dandridge. Trinice Dandridge and John Olo are the owners of is it Acacia?
Acacia, yes.
Acacia? Acacia, my apologies. Acacia Rentals, LLC, which is a company that looks to provide a solution for vacation rentals as well as rental cars, all under one umbrella. While the company runs privately, most of the clientele is made available through platforms such as Turo for the car rentals and Airbnb for the vacation rentals. Stemming from 2 completely different backgrounds, John is a software developer and Trinice is a nurse of 13 years. The 2 decided they wanted to take life into their own hands by creating a business that would be a rental needs supplier, a one-stop shop to streamline their customer satisfaction. John began with his first car on Turo in April of 2020 and expanded to a fleet of cars by March of 2021. Afterwards, the first rental property was acquired in November of 2020 and quickly expanded to 7 listings by January of 2021. In doing so, the company has managed to bring in a 6-figure income in less than 1 year of merging the 2 and looks forward to acquiring more rentals by the end of the year. So I definitely think they have a wealth of knowledge to bring to us today. We are truly appreciative of them bringing their expertise and their knowledge inside of this industry to us today. So without further ado, I will now turn the floor over to you.
All right. Thank you all for having me. I'm Trinice here in Memphis, Tennessee. John, my husband, he is out right now dropping the car off actually at the airport. So he should be on his way back shortly. It's just a part of the business. As she said, John was a software developer. He still does that on the side sometimes, and I'm a nurse by trade for 13 years now. So we just decided we wanted to do something different. I think I hear him coming in right now. We're in the office, but we just decided we wanted to do something different. So our office is located in downtown Memphis. Most of our vacation rentals are located in the downtown Memphis area, and we are looking to expand. And John handles the Turo portion.
Sorry. Hey.
John handles the Turo portion of things while I handle the Airbnb. So he's over cars and I'm over homes. It works out for us pretty well. So I do have a presentation for the Airbnb portion, and John will do his Turo portion. So. All right. So the name of our company is Acacia Rentals. Acacia Rentals comprises of rental cars and Airbnbs, like I said, but we want to expand. Our goal is to expand to more than just rental cars, hosting airplane rides, things like that. We have some things to look forward to. And we are here in the Memphis area right now, but we look to expand to other cities. We're also getting into property management. A lot of people are getting into the vacation rentals, and they may not just want to have their hands on it. They want the revenue from it. So we can manage those homes for the people who want to be more hands-off, just a little passive stream of income. All right. So there's a wide open market at this time. The world of vacation rental stays is changing. People's homes are turning into hotels. So where you lay your head at tonight may be where someone else lays their head at the next 2 days. And that's perfectly fine. People are more comfortable with that than they are with hotels at this time because they want more of an experience. The hotel may just be cut and dry, but your home is your expression of yourself. And that's what a lot of people want to partake in. She went over who we are already. Getting started. As far as the Airbnbs and vacation rentals are concerned, the most important thing if you want to get into the industry is to check your city's laws, your city and state laws, because there are zoning laws and permits that are required. Here in Tennessee, it requires us to obtain a permit per unit that we host in. So if it's a 30-day or less stay, then that unit has to have a permit, and that permit number has to be listed with that listing on the vacation rental sites. It's a business, so they have to collect sales taxes, business taxes. You have to have a business license. So getting software to assist you with that will be a must. And I do have a few links to help. Airbnb, on their website, they do have a location called rental hosting. And it has some different states, some like major cities like Nashville, Dallas is on there, Houston, things like that, to help you learn about your city or state zoning laws, what they actually require for you to become a host. The next part is getting it ready. Will your listing be your own home? Do you have a rental property that you want to rent out? Is it an apartment? Is it a condo? You know, sometimes with the condos, you have to pay attention to the HOA and things like that. So you want to check out all the details before you get started, because you don't want to get shut down in the process of doing so because you're not doing it in a legal fashion. If you're doing it in your home, what's your brand? So for each unit, we decided to go with a theme. So what's that style? I put garden homes, cottages. Is it a bed and breakfast? Is it a smart home? That's the niche that we decided to go with because we saw it was lacking in the downtown Memphis community. So most of our homes, well, all of our homes have smart lights and Alexas and Nest, things like that for the more smart home type of individuals. All have smart TVs, things that can link in, apps that you can download. More people are getting into wanting those smart home features. I say research the listings, your style, whatever your home style is, go on to Airbnb or VRBO and see what the market's like. Try to research those homes. If you see something that catches your eye, take some notes, and then apply those things to your listing. It's okay to copy, it's okay, but tweak it and make it your own. And then if you don't see something, fill in the blanks with your unit, what you may want in your home. After you've done your research, begin to plan a budget to furnish your listing. You know, you need things like a sofa, chairs. What's wrong? A sofa, chairs, beds, pull-out couches are a big thing. It maximizes the amount of occupancy you can have, things like that. And don't be so hard on yourself if it's your first property either. We tend to overthink things, and it may not need to be as much as you think it should be, but just go ahead and start with it. It's best to go ahead and start than to keep overthinking it, and then you don't start it all. It'll be better than what you think it is. And then think of what you want to see in a vacation home. You've experienced hotels and things like that, or if you've been in an Airbnb before, what did you like about the Airbnb that you were in? What did you wish your Airbnb had had? You know, put that in your unit, because you want to see yourself as the guest. You want to put yourself in their shoes because you're creating that experience for them. Amenities. There are certain amenities you want to have. Necessary would be things like the major appliances, your refrigerator, stove, microwave, paper products such as tissues and paper towels, kitchen cutlery, linen, your sheets, your comforters, your towels. Iron is a must. Some people don't think it's a must, but it is a must. And TVs. Guests won't rent your home if you don't have a TV. You know, that's a big staple for a lot of people, and a smart TV at that. Now we're getting to a point where everything is streaming. So you want to make sure they're able to easily access those Netflix and YouTube and things like that. Your extras would be toiletries, things like soaps, conditioner, shampoo, lotion, your hair dryer, and extra smart appliances like the smart lights that we have, or the Nest, things like that. Those are extras because you don't have to provide those, but guests like that. What we do is, you know, you go into a hotel and you see the little lotions, the conditioner, shower caps, things like that. We have those in our units, and the guests really like those. They may take them with them, and we just restock as the guests use them. The other amenity category would be comfort. If you have a nice view of the city or a lake or something like that, showcase that. That's an amenity to have. Now everybody has that, and that will make a guest want to come to your unit. Bikes, if you're in an area that's very, very walkable, having bikes, or I know we have the Explore bikes, so having codes or access to those bikes for them in the home. If you can get restaurant discounts from local eateries in your area, people like that. And city guides and local favorites, things that you like to do because they're visiting the area, they don't know. So what's your favorite thing to do? And use that, and you can put that in a guidebook. We use the TouchStay app to create the guidebook for us. It's the app that the guests can download, and it helps you to create your guidebook as well, gives you a step-by-step. You can download that as a PDF version and put it in the home, or the guests can download it and see it directly from their phone. So you have those two options. After you've decided, you know, what your unit would be, if you're renting your own home, if you're renting an apartment, a condo, one of your rental properties, then you got the amenities squared away and how it's gonna look, the design of it. Then you wanna ask yourself, how much is this listing worth? So research the listing in your area using other platforms. We use Beyond Pricing to help us price our rentals. And what that does is it kind of fluctuates the level of the pricing during the current time. So say 4th of July is coming up, it's going to raise those prices for you because we know that a lot of people are trying to come into the city. So you'll increase your revenue during that time. Or if it's a time where nobody's really traveling, they're going to take those prices down for you because nobody's really doing anything, but you still want to get booked. So you're giving incentives for people booking. You can use another site called Airbnb to do your research on your pricing as well. And if you don't like those, you can still set your own price. You don't have to do those things. Airbnb has a smart pricing feature that can help you with the pricing as well. And what we suggest is initially going into it, do it 20% less than what your competitors are doing, because you're trying to boost those reviews, you're trying to get those bookings. So you can't come in at the same level and expect people to rent from you and they don't know who you are. You don't have any reviews, you just got online. After some time, when you got those good reviews up, you want 5 stars so you can get the superhost status. After some time, you got those reviews, then boost your prices up to what you want to, because now you have that backup. Now you have that the reviews and the clientele to back you up. This is a look at the AirDNA. It'll tell you about the vacation rentals in your area, how many there are, what rental channel they're using, how many people are using their rental channel, and the potential for growth. So it is a really, really good app to use. And but this one you do have to pay. I think it's it's $39.95 for the lowest price, and it's a monthly rate. I'm not sure if they give a free trial, but we did find this very useful just looking at it. It showed us that most of our people in our community were renting on Airbnb, and that leaves a lot of leverage for us to place units on VRBO and other platforms. So there are a plethora of platforms for you to be on, and you don't just want to have yourself associated to one because you'll miss out on bookings. This is the Beyond Pricing app we use. The Beyond Pricing uses revenue per available night. So that's their fluctuating price. It'll show you if your listing is in what they call good health. If it's in good health, then your pricing is right. But if it's not, if it's poor, you may want to either go up or go down on your pricing, and it can adjust that for you. So you can see one of our units here, one of our units here, it gets booked pretty frequently, but we either need to go up on the price or go down on the price because it's not in good health, and this one as well. So it's probably we need to go up on the prices on these two, but the rest are in good health. And when we started to use this Beyond Pricing, we did see our bookings go up. We were at just a flat rate at first, maybe like $189 a night or something like that. We were booked, but we weren't booked as much as we are now. We get more bookings during the week and all of that, not just weekend bookings. Then determine which platforms you want to be on. We say start out slow. You may just want to do two platforms first, and then go into others. Once you got your footing in maybe Airbnb and VRBO, then you go on to the TripAdvisors, the bookings, the Expedia, things like that. Expedia is an umbrella for VRBO/HostAway, but it also hosts hotels.com, Orbitz, and Hotwire, and things like that. So they're really not the same. They're all under one umbrella, but they're not the same. So you have a big margin for you to be able to list your booking, list your rental. This was on Airbnb. So this showed the average rate, the average amount of money we could get on a monthly basis for a guest of 4 in Memphis. So if we rented our entire place, on average, we could make $2,000 a month. That's for one listing. After you've priced, you've done your research, got your amenities, you set your budget, you're getting your furniture, you decided which platforms you wanted to go on, then take the time to see how you want to manage it. Do you want to manage it yourself, or do you want to hire help? If you have only one listing, you may want to manage it yourself and use a property management software. But if you have more than one listing, it can get a little tedious. It's like running a small hotel, a boutique hotel, or something like that. You may want to hire a property management company if you don't have time to do it yourself. And there are several property management companies out there that you can research, us being one as well. But the property management software, we use that as well, that allows us to have all of our units on one calendar. So we can see who's checking in, who's checking out, what time, things like that. So we can see what days we have available, what prices those dates are. Sometimes people call us for direct bookings, so we can directly book them on this platform as well. And we use HostAway. It's a really good platform, and it allows us to message our guests, see the calendars, set tasks for our cleaners. It allows us to reserve and book for guests. It allows us to charge the guests. Everything that you can think of, we can do in that HostAway app. And it merges all the videos.
Your froze.
A unique name. Some of the night with these are the names of the hours. Can you hear me?
We can now.
Okay. Yeah, get listed. So you want to list your booking or list your property on the vacation rental site. This is how it looks on Airbnb. All of our listings are here. You want to take pictures, very detailed and clear pictures of your property, fun pictures. You want to make people want to book. And then you come up with a description, add your amenities, your house rules, set your prices on it. Do you allow pets? Do you allow smoking? Are there any fees associated with people bringing pets? Are there any fees associated for smoking in the unit and you weren't supposed to? Parties and events. Those are things you want to keep in mind. Sometimes, a lot of times, people throw parties and they weren't supposed to. So what John does is he goes to the units in the middle of the night, and that may sound tedious, but this is a business for us, and this could essentially make or break us with the neighbors being upset because of loud noises and things like that. When we say you can't have parties, that means no party, so you have to leave. And then you get charged a fee for having a party in the unit because you were informed prior to that you couldn't have a party. Same with smoking. You don't want your unit smelling like smoke. Sometimes people do it and they're not supposed to. And so you want to give a good time between each booking for the smoke to air out, because the next guest might complain because they don't smoke and they don't want to smell smoke in the home. That's a big thing. Cleaning, this is how I feel about cleaning. I get depressed about cleanings. Finding the right cleaning company or cleaning yourself, which one to do. When we started, we had a cleaning company. We are on our second cleaning company right now. At first, it was being done per self, and then hired a cleaning company, and then that company didn't work out, so we're on our second one. It's sad because you want to help and support people, but you're still running a business too. Guests are very, very picky, and I would be too. I'm coming somewhere and I want that place to be clean, and especially during the climate of COVID, they'll find anything that's out of whack. If the bed sheet wasn't tucked in the right way, has somebody been sleeping in the bed? Everything needs to be done in a tidy manner. So if you have one property, you may want to clean it yourself because you know how it likes to be cleaned. But if you have multiple properties, it is best that you hire help because those turnovers can be crazy. So if our checkout time is it was at 12 p.m. and then the check-in time is at 3 p.m., that's a 3-hour window for them to clean up. When you think about it, that's not a lot of time when you don't know what you're walking into. You don't know what that previous guest did. And you have to make sure the cleaning company has enough cleaners on deck and that they know what your cleaning expectations are, how you want it to look as the owner of that property. Vetting the cleaning companies is very, very necessary because you don't know if they're going to do the job well. You want to instill your trust in them, but they can make or break your business if it's not cleaned appropriately. Ensure that they're using the proper cleaning supplies. Disinfecting is a big thing right now, and making sure that they're using the proper disinfectant supplies. The rate of the turnovers can dictate whether you hire help or not. So if you don't see your turnovers, and when I mean turnovers is check out, check in, they can go really fast. So with us, if we have 5 checkouts and 4 check-ins, that's a pretty busy day. And you don't have wiggle room to not have assistance. You can't do that on your own. But if, like I said, if you're a one-stop shop or one person show and you only have one listing, you may be able to do it, but it just depends on how hands-on you want to be. If you want to vacation more yourself and be gone, then you may want to hire a cleaner for your unit because you don't want to be there. You want to be enjoying life. We use the app for our cleaners as well. We did give them access to our HostAway app at first, where they could see who's checking out, who's checking in, but we came across an app called Turnover B&B. And what Turnover B&B is, it's an app for cleaners. So you can actually find cleaners on Turnover B&B, or your cleaner, you can list them on Turnover B&B, and they can go in and you can schedule a task for them. If you need a deep cleaning, you can schedule that deep cleaning for them. If it's a standard clean, and set your prices. Well, the cleaner's supposed to come to you and set their prices, but you can have their prices in there and you can pull a report at the end of the week so you can see what they cleaned and how much they cleaned. And that allows you to pay them. They should send you an invoice, but if they don't, in a timely manner, you can see what they've done. We create checklists in there for what we want to be clean. So I have a checklist in Turnover B&B, and our cleaner, he goes in and he reviews the checklist and he checks off. And you can see what time they started the project and what time they ended the project. So you can know what time they're done, so you can let your guests know if they can go ahead and go into the unit or not, so they're not running into each other. And early check-ins is another thing as well on that, because some guests want to check in early, but it may be a guest that just left, so you can't allow an early check-ins. But on the days that you can, those are great. And whether you want to charge an extra fee for early check-ins or not, that's up to you, but you can do that. Bed linen, or linen period. Bed linen, we ensure that there is enough linen in the home for the cleaners and the guests. So we leave spares in the closet. So we have 1 sheet set on the bed that includes 4 pillowcases for the pillows. So that same sheet set should be left in the closet as well, either for the cleaners, so when they come in, they can strip the bed and put the new sheet set on the bed and have a load running in a washer and dryer. Or a guest may need it, maybe they spill something, or they need it for the pull-out sofa or something like that. We always have that spare linen in the unit. Towels, I would say not to leave a lot of towels in the unit. When we first started, we did have a lot of towels in the unit, but the more guests see, the more they use. And so you end up washing more or having more destroyed, things like that. So, and then keep inventory of that, because you can charge those guests for what they destroyed if you feel like it deserves being charged for. We had a guest not too long ago completely destroyed the unit. To me, the oven, the walls, all our towels and linen, is like, what did you do? And so we had to let Airbnb know what they did and charge them for it, because sometimes, they do things like that, but that's a part of the business. So we made sure we had enough linen in stock to go ahead and replace that linen, and then charge those guests for that linen as well. And after you've done all of that, keep up with your accounting, because it is a business. We use QuickBooks to streamline everything that we purchase. So anything that we purchase for the Airbnbs is for the business, and QuickBooks can integrate all of that for us. And Stripe is used to be able to charge the guests for their stays. So Stripe can charge the guests, and then it goes over to QuickBooks. So everything is all in one place. What you buy for your units, what you charge the guests, everything can be in QuickBooks, so that when it comes time for you to file those taxes or anything like that, you have everything in one place. And then the future plans, sit back and let the income roll in. It's not an easy route, but it's a good route. It's the way that we're going right now. It's very good income that you can get with these vacation rentals. It's starting it out, it is going to be a little friction because it's new, but after you get a grasp of it, you can see what the guests want. You get your cleaners together, or your cleaning process. After that, when you work out the kinks, it will go a lot easier. It's allowed for us to be able to travel. It's allowed for us to be able to quit our jobs. We run it just like we will run any other business, because that's exactly what it is. And that's our contact information. Our website is acaciarentals.com. And that's my phone number, the 901-570-7686, as well as my email address. If you have any other questions regarding vacation rentals, or need any consultant or anything like that, you can reach out. I don't mind answering any questions for you. And I'll give it over to John for Turo.
Yeah, okay. Hey, I'm John. Sorry. I'm gonna share my screen. I don't have a representation, but Ty, how did you? Okay, here. Screen. You guys able to see that? Okay. So this is Turo. Basically, it's a peer-to-peer sharing car app. Sorry, I got an accent. So basically, you can rent out your car to people, your personal vehicle to people right here. So let's say you traveling to, let's say, Memphis. You just come right here, type in Memphis airport. You pick the dates. Just want to give you guys an understanding of, how the whole thing works. And then right here, it's gonna pull up the cars of people. So like this guy is renting out the Tesla for 176, and you click that, take it to another screen, and pretty much it tells you everything that you need to know. You can see the reviews. So anyway, Turo, getting started. Signing up. When you want to start off on Turo, you just go on the app and list your car. Is just like a 5-minute process. You just sign up and list it, but I'll show you like how it works. So you click like get started, and it's gonna ask me to sign in. I already have an account. Okay. So to list your car, it's just gonna ask a couple of questions like where's the car located? You can put your address. Next, your VIN number. It requires everyone to have a car 1981 or older. But when you list a car on Turo, I would say try and get a newer model, like a 2020, 2021, because when people go to a rental company, they want like newer model cars, and make sure they have low mileage and the car looks really good, looks really clean, something that somebody can feel confident in renting. But anyway, renting out a car is just a small process, gonna ask you your goals, the availability. I'm not able to do it because I don't have a car listed right now. But if you come to host right here, these are the cars we have listed on Turo right now. So basically, most of them are rented out. Most of them are on the trip right now. Anyway, to get started on Turo, you need low mileage cars, newer models and stuff. Setting up your price. Before you set your price, you wanna look at the market that you're in. So let's say like Memphis. Memphis, when I started, it didn't have a lot of people doing Turo. We was only like 5 or 6 of us on that. So you if you're in a market like that, you take advantage of that. If you're in somewhere like Miami, Atlanta, where the market is flooded, you want to price your car according to what others price it for. So let's say like the Altima right here, right? The Altima right here, I charge $6 a day. If you go to Miami, Atlanta, this car goes for $30 a day. So that's kind of like, you just monitor what, hey, what kind of price this car for, what kind of like you take advantage of what's, where you at. And then after that, it will, once you list your car, it will ask you, you'll set the price, you'll set the dates. You want to offer free delivery to, let's say, people, because a lot of people who book rental cars, they fly in town. You want to offer like, hey, I offer free airport delivery to the airport. So I'll click like this Mercedes right here. Let me drag you over here. You see right here, it got location and delivery. I offer this our location so people can pick it up from here. And then I offer Memphis Central Station. And then I also offer the airport. Where's the airport at? Should be somewhere. Yep, the airport. So I offer free delivery. So that kind of like, but you can set your price. You can set like, okay, for delivery, I'll charge $10 to deliver to the airport. I'll charge $20, just whatever you want. But I do free delivery kind of like to gain more clientele. And then it will ask you like, okay, how do you check in the guest? So the way we do it right now, if a guest flies in to Memphis, what we do is we ask them, hey, what airline are you coming in with? American. Okay, we'll meet you outside the baggage claim area. So once they go get their bags, somebody drives to the baggage claim, we tell you, hey, we outside, come and meet us. They come and meet you, you take pictures, and that's it. And also, once you offer free, that's a plus. You want to give them the instructions. Before you list, you want to take like some really cool pictures of the car. So you want to go like somewhere, make it look really dope. You might have a 1980 car, but you make it look dope with the pictures, just take some really good pictures. And then you want the first picture to be the best. Like if people pull up your listing, this is what they're going to see. So like mine is, for example, this car, that's that one. And then once you take the pictures, just list them. Then it's just going to ask you a couple of questions right there. Extras. So when you list a car, you want to offer some extra stuff to the guest. So let's say like we do, all the cars got Wi-Fi hotspot on them. We add that they can get it for $15 a day. We got the child safety, collision damage. I'll get back to that. So you might want to skip that. We offer them unlimited mileage. So that way they go whatever. Prepaid fuel, they can bring it back empty, post-trip cleaning. Because if they bring the car dirty, or let's say they bring the car dirty, you can charge them for anything. If they bring the car messed up, And then what people usually ask me is, what about insurance? So when you start off, Turo offers 3 tiers of insurance. They have one for where Turo takes, the best one that they got, Turo takes 10% of whatever you own and you keep 90%. So for instance, and then they have another one where Turo takes 20% and you keep 80%. So what happens with that one, if anything happens to the car, you pay up to $3,000 deductible. So out of pocket. So in Turo won't cover you till you pay the $3,000. Then they have another one where you pay, Turo takes 30% and you keep 70%. That's why if anything happens to the car, Turo pays for the whole thing. And I think you get rental car reimbursement. And then they have another on the top tier where Turo keeps 40% and you make 60%. So with that one, if anybody wrecks your car, Turo pays for the whole price. They reimburse you, like the days that the car is at the shop, they pay you as if the car was rented out. And then they offer you a rental car during those days. Like, it's the best. But Turo takes some really good amount of money off of that. The one that I got right now is where Turo takes 10% and I keep 90. But when I started off, I took the one where Turo takes 70. No, I keep 70, Turo keeps 30. It's kind of like the middle one. It's the best. And then, so insurance, when you list your car, you can offer guests unlimited distance. It's kind of like a good thing, but when you list it, it will kind of like give them a badge right there on your listing. Let me see if I can find one. Anybody offering unlimited? I guess Memphis, nobody. It's crazy. Yeah, see like this guy right here, they're offering unlimited mileage. So it kind of like, they give you like a badge. So it's kind of like a marketing thing. Turo helps you with that. And then, but you set the mileage that you agree to every day. So let's say you want to put it to 300 miles a day, 350. And let's say somebody books it for 300 miles and they go extra, you can charge them for that. You can charge them for the extra miles. And then we got the vehicle protection. I'm a commercial host. I'm not really, I'm not able to offer, the Turo insurance and stuff because we offer insurance through us. So it won't really, it won't be helpful to you, But right here, trip preferences. This is where you kind of like choose where, people can book your car. Like, okay, people can come pick it up from a home location and the delivery location. Like I said, the airport, the train station, those kind of stuff. The guest location, I don't usually do that because sometimes a guest stays like 50 miles away and they expect you to deliver the car. Yes, I charge a delivery fee, but I'm not gonna do that. I want, it's kind of tedious. And then Turo asks you how much advance notice do you need? Usually Turo recommends 3 hours because 90% of people who book last minute, they'll be like 3 hours into, hey, my rental car just got canceled, can I get a car? So these way you get more bookings with this. With 3 hours, you get more bookings, but just depends on how easy and quick and the availability of the car is. You might want to pick that. So let's say you're at work, you need like 6 hours in advance. Like if somebody books, you got that 6 hours, go get it cleaned up, get it, gassed up and everything. So that's kind of like what it requires. The trip duration, this is where, hey, if somebody books my car, the shortest they can do is 1 day and the longest they can do is any. So that, they can book it for 365 days, so long as I get paid. And then on the weekend, you want to require longer weekend trips. So let's say somebody books it Friday. You want them to book it Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Because if somebody books it Friday and returns it Saturday, it's not easy to get somebody who wants it from Saturday till Monday. It's not easy because most people they travel Friday and come back Sunday. And most of the cars get booked from Friday and 90% they get returned on Monday. So you want to check that out. Like you want to put it, you want to require that. And then if a guest is looking for like a long-term trip, like 1 month or 2 months, you want to check that way, you make more money with that. And then Turo has this thing where they kind of like monitor your performance on there. So right here, you can see we are all-star host. Turo has this thing, how Airbnb, she said, is a super host? Turo has this thing called all-star host. So when you are all-star host, you have to meet all these criteria. Response rate has to be 95%. Acceptance rate, if somebody tries to book your car, you have to accept it 90%. Commitment rate has to be above 95%. 5-star rating has to be 90% completed trips. You must have a complete at least 10 trips. Every 3 months, I think, Turo reviews it and monitors it. Like they have one coming up in July. So July, if I didn't meet any of these criteria, I'll lose my all-star host status. So I'll just be like a regular host. But if I meet all of them, I'm gonna, stay with my all-star host status. So that's kind of like what, reviews. These were after every trip, a guest comes and they leave you a review. Now, you always want to have good reviews because a lot of people look at the reviews. So like, you want to try and keep it up. Like these are some of the compliments the guest gives you. So, these are just, for example, these are some of our reviews. Some guests, usually you'll get some bad reviews once in a while, every now and then, but it's just the nature of the business. And then, what else do I wanna show you? On the host, you wanna do the insurance and protection. This is what I was telling you about. So Turo covers you up to 750,000 and all of that. You get 24/7 roadside assistance, varying, I'm gonna show you from a trip that just ended, history right here. So let's say like this trip just ended. I can come right there. I can charge them for incidentals. Where is it? Oh, this one was canceled. Let's say Nicole's trip, view that. So when the guest books, you can be able to talk to them and, you guys can literally chat using the app like, hey, I'm flying in from Phoenix. And then, we kind of send them the welcome package and stuff. And then when you drop off the car, you have to take pictures. So that the post-trip pictures, I'll show you right here, activity booked. So let's say like this trip tomorrow, I have to drop off this car. So to check in the guests, I'll have to come in. Well, it's not showing me from right here, but photos. And then right here, from the phone, it should allow you to upload photos. So you have to like take pictures of the car when the guest comes. They have to take pictures of the car. And then you have to like, take pictures of the side, the front, the back, the tires. That way you monitor any damages on the car. If a guest brings it back with the damage that wasn't there, they go to with the pictures. They'll go to the pictures, look at it. Okay, did this damage exist before the guest picked it up? If it did, they won't pay you. If it did not, Turo will pay you. So that way you do like, okay, example, this one, charge for incidentals. Let's say this guest brought this car back without gas. I come right there, I start an invoice. So right here, I can charge them for additional miles. Let's say it was 300 miles, they went 500 miles. I can charge them for additional miles. Let's say they brought it back without gas. I can charge them for that. Let's say they got tolls, tickets, they brought the car back dirty. I can charge them a cleaning fee, smoking. So let's say, for example, cleaning, just go next and I'll say, okay, I need $35 for cleaning. And then bam, it will send an invoice to her and she has to acknowledge it within 72 hours. So the guest has to be like, okay, I'll pay for this. If they decline, then Turo gets involved. They get involved in it. And then my time is almost out on here. What else? I wrote a note right here. When you list your car, you want to offer some discounts to the guest. So let's say, for example, this one, pricing and discounts right here. So Turo has this thing where automatic pricing, like she was talking about the beyond pricing, it kind of like monitors your car, like, okay, there's 4th of July is coming up. This car, they can double up the price, take it up, take it slow. During the slow season, they take it down. I don't like using it because Turo sometimes will take your car all the way down to $30, and I don't like that. So I just usually leave it off. But right here, you set your daily price, and then price boost. If somebody do like last minute booking, you can offer them 5% discount. 3+ day, 5%, 7, just discounts, kind of like you get more bookings and stuff. And what else? I feel like I'm forgetting something. So when I started off, I was like independent rental company. You just started off like a side gig, like, hey, let me get these cars, let me list them on Turo. But as time went by, I was like, you know what, I can literally do this thing like a business. So we turned from being an independent host to become a commercial host. So like right now we run it as a company. So on Turo, we are not listed as, we're listed as commercial host. So with being a commercial host, you have to provide your own insurance. You have to set your own rules. You have to, do a bunch of stuff. So basically you're not covered. Turo just helps you, to get bookings, which is a good thing. You get to build your clientele up using Turo. But being a commercial host is kind of like a good thing because I'll show you an example right here. If somebody books with us, I'll show you one message that we got. If somebody books with us, so we send them this. We require them to have insurance, full coverage insurance with a maximum of $500 deductible, which we require proof of prior to vehicle delivery. I will say this, Turo is a good gig. You're gonna make some money off of it, and I'll tell people it's more or less like, hey, you have a car that's paying for itself, and it's pretty easy. It's not even a hard process. It's pretty easy, and it's some ups and downs in it. Some people do crazy. That's not their car. They do some crazy stuff. They'll bring it back. The rim is crashed. They got in an accident. So I've even gotten cars stolen on this app. So I'd say getting it to the mind of, hey, anything can happen, is the nature of the business, and hey, you'll be fine. But if you get there and don't expect and you panic, then it's not for you. But I encourage everyone to get in it. It's a really good business.
Thank you so much. We appreciate you sharing with us. Let me ask you a question.
Yes, ma'am.
You said when you first started, so what was your mindset? What triggered you to really go into this? I want to commend both you and your wife because of the fact that you're doing Airbnb and Turo. What came first and what was your mindset at the time? Because I know both of you were working full-time, is that correct?
Yes, okay. Ma'am.
All right, so tell me your mindset, tell our audience your mindset so we could get an idea of, how you began your journey.
Yeah, so how it really started off, I used to stay in Miami and I had a friend, she was doing Turo and she started off with like one car. And in 6 months, she had like 33 cars. And I was like, geez, how do you do this? So I started doing some research. Then I moved back to Memphis and I started doing research about Turo. And I was like, you know what? There's an open market right here. I can do this, in Memphis and take advantage of this. So I literally just jumped in it and I was like, I'm gonna take advantage of this. By the time people realized, I already got a clientele, I already got a reputation on there. And then, we started off with 2 cars and we've been just building up the fleet. And right now we got what, 10, 12 cars. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. And then when the pandemic hit, people are moving out of apartments and stuff. And we were like, hey, why don't you go get a couple of units and turn them into Airbnb?
That's great. That's great.
So we were trying to make it like a one-stop shop. Like, hey, I'm coming in town. I need a place to stay. I need a car to rent, and all under one price. And people look at it. It's kind of like people love the convenience of it. I'm dealing with one company. Like they're gonna give me a rent kind of place to stay for one price. Yeah, So that's kind of like what made us go into those field. And we're trying to expand to other cities in Miami. Like we're trying to have it. You want a car, you want a place to stay. We got your yacht, we got your private jet, we got you everything, one price. You don't have to worry about nothing.
That's awesome. Let me ask you this. What's the length of time you think you hold the car? I know you told us we need to be cognizant of having, purchasing cars about 2020, that time frame. So what do you think, is it mileage first or, length of time? Kind of explain that to our audience.
I would say mileage, really. mileage, because I've seen people on Turo with like a car like 2016. The car looks really, really good. I'll give you an example. This Central right here, the
Yeah.
Central got 80,000 miles on it, and they still get rented out. It's just how you maintain your car. If the car looks good, it doesn't look old, it will be rented out. And then you want to look at the city you're into, because in Memphis, Memphis is where you don't want to put a Lamborghini on there or a Ferrari.
Right.
Nobody rent you out. But that's why we kind of like go with the low end cars, like the Altimas, they get rented out a lot. The Rogue, family cars, But we're trying to expand where we got those exotic cars and stuff, kind of like tap into the market step by step, bit by bit. Yeah.
I mean, just awesome. Audience, if you have any questions, please put it in the chat for us. But I just want to say to you this, both you and your wife, for your ingenuity and working as a team is just awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I gotta say that because I'm so proud of y'all. Y'all just don't know. Okay, do cars need to have a clean title? That's one of the questions. They need to have a clean title?
Ma'am, so when you sign up, they'll ask you, does this car have a salvage title? And
Gotcha.
now, if they do have a salvage title, they won't let you list it. And in some way, Turo has this system where they integrate it with the NTHSA. They can know when the car. What automated devices, if any, are you all using for your Airbnbs? We use Hostaway to manage our listings. Yeah, wish she had. So this is Hostaway right here. Do you mind if I show them? Okay. So this Hostaway, this is what we use to manage our listings. And kind of like right here, you see, these are the bookings that we got. So like today we got some check-ins and stuff. And then channel manager. So with Hostaway, you kind of like listed on all the platforms. Airbnb, that's our website, booking.com, Expedia. So it kind of like clouds it all. If somebody books on Airbnb, it takes it offline on booking.com and Expedia and stuff. So nobody can book it from there, which is a system that I'd recommend everyone to have. If you're trying to get more bookings, you need to be listed on all the sites. Yeah.
So let me ask this. Did COVID help enhance your business? Is that correct?
After the mask mandate, like when people started to travel again, we saw an increase. In May, it boosted because people started traveling again. People started wanting to be out and explore and experience. They hadn't visited their families and things like that. So from March to May, there was a big difference with COVID closing.
Okay.
Gotcha. Here's some other questions. Do people ask for a personal driver?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Don't.
They were asking, do we use automated things in the unit? So in the unit, we use smart locks, keyless entry, so we don't have to come in contact with the guests if they don't want to.
Oh, good.
And
that's good.
On one of our units, and we're getting on the rest, Ring doorbells, so we can see who's entering and exiting the home.
Good.
Alert us. We have the Nest. We can use the app to set the control of the temperature in the unit.
Okay.
And all of it is tied into the Alexa as well, so you can control it from the Alexa.
Internet of Things. Your husband is a very genius man. When you said he was software, I said Internet of Things. I got it. I already knew.
Yeah.
The smart lights and all of that, I don't like smart lights. That's all him. Like they are nerve-wracking to me.
No. I mean, if you look at it, this is what I look at it as. Airbnb is flooded. You got like thousands of people on there, and you're trying to tap into a market where already people got established themselves. So how do I set myself apart from these people?
Good.
We offer smart lighting. This is something nobody has. People like that, and that's how we just broke into the market.
So because you are in the fourth industrial revolution, you've moved your business model. What about the autonomous vehicles? How are you looking toward that being on Turo?
Looking for that. The Teslas have already started.
Yeah.
So-
Yes.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
ordered a couple of Teslas and stuff, just kind of like, which is kind of like a good thing. And I also forgot to say, you have to put tracking device on all the cars.
Right,
You have
right.
to put trackers on them because it's
So do
crazy.
y'all use LoJack as your tracking device, or what tracking device?
I use Samsara, so
Okay.
I can show you how it is.
All right.
Samsara.
Yeah, it's a variety of vehicles. We have anywhere from Mercedes Benz down to Nissan Sentra. So it's a wide variety.
So this is our tracking software that we use. And yeah, pretty much keep track of where the car is anytime.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am so proud of you guys. I mean, really, this is awesome.
Yeah. So if I load it, our asset you see right there, it will show you like where all the cars are at,
Okay,
options and stuff. So that's a must. I'll tell everyone that's a must.
it is. Yeah, it is.
But it was stolen.
It is a must. No joke. I know it is a must.
You don't want to hear about the vehicle that was
The
stolen.
vehicle that was stolen, what happened was somebody rented it out on Turo.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, so cool. So they came, verified the license, everything, give them the key. And then they were supposed to bring back the next day. The guest called and say, hey, I can't find the car. And I'm like, what are you talking about? That I gave the key to this dude and the guy isn't back yet. And we try to file a police report. The cops, they just take you left, right, and center.
But that is something they should know. So with listing a car on Turo, it is a possibility like what happened to us, that the car got stolen. You want to make sure you have the insurance and the gap insurance protection on that car. And with that, it was a learning experience for us because we didn't know that because we had a rental agreement with that customer, we couldn't go ahead and go after that car. It was not a civilian type thing. We had an agreement. So we had to actually go through a process of where it was a 10-day period. We had to send them a certified letter and have proof of that certified letter and wait 10 days for them to respond. And we had to get that certified letter information over to the police. And what happened in this situation, the 10-day period, hadn't been, I guess, maxed out yet or whatever. And the car was a Dodge Charger. And on the newer Dodge Chargers, the guys, they've been stealing those cars and racing them and things like that. And so the police, what was it called?
Kentucky.
Connect, the Dodge Connect or whatever it is on the car. Uconnect, that's what it's called. They can track the car for you. So it's a software system that Dodge has. So Uconnect contacted us and let us know that they located the car. We called the police. The police actually went out and saw the car. They scanned the VIN number, and because that 10-day period had not been let up yet, they couldn't do anything because it can't be reported stolen until after 10 days. Gotcha. So I guess the guys saw that the police had come to look and they left. The car fled, they fled in the car to Kentucky and destroyed the car. So yes, but that's why you have to have all the protection on your vehicle, because through all the paperwork and everything, you get paid for the car. You get your insurance company and all that, they're gonna reimburse you for the car. But like he said, that's a part of it. That I think within any business, you're gonna have some risks, but you have to brace yourself for those risks and understand that it's not about you. People are just who they are. And whether it's your clothes that they steal at your house or whatever the case may be, people don't have integrity all the time. And that's just something that we run the risk of.
This is our last question. How are you all preparing for local regulations that are starting to become more frequent around the country in various cities regarding short-term rental host?
Well,
I guess it's for the Airbnb.
Yeah. We just keep abreast of whatever mandates are being passed. So like with the permits and everything else, I told you that for Memphis or Shelby County, we have to have those permits. We have to ensure that the noise levels are a certain way, and we have to make sure that we are up to par. Smoke detectors, things like that. I mean, you just have to do that research for our county and for our state, and make sure that we are in line with those regulations, because there are a lot of them and they're constantly changing. So it's like as I was a nurse, we had to stay abreast of things all the time, new laws being changed, new ways of doing things. And it's the same way as with this business.
Well, we want to thank you. Please show them a Zan Wesley Homes Junior Community Outreach love. Guys, these guys, y'all were just off the chain. We appreciate you for joining us in our Juneteenth Economic Forum. Many of our participants are small business owners. You just took them to another level and provided them with tools so that they could bring their businesses to the next level. Thank you so much. Jazz, you want to say anything?
Aside from again saying thank you, I truly appreciate you guys for doing this for us. Y'all gave us some necessary information, even for myself, because this was a topic that I was very much so interested in. I tried doing the whole Airbnb thing, and I just didn't have the capacity, because like you said, having someone to clean in between those turnovers is crucial. And trying to rely on friends and family just isn't, because I tried it. So when they told y'all hire someone, that is the best advice they could have given you. Hire someone. That's what took me off Airbnb, not having a consistent cleaning person that I could also afford, that would create some type of profit for me to even rent out. Like, because I think when I did hire someone, they were so high that it wasn't worthwhile for me. So y'all definitely gave me some tools to potentially look at, starting it back. Aside from there, if y'all don't mind, I know you gave it to us on a post, but if you could drop your contact information in the chat for us, please. So that way, again, if anyone does have any questions or concerns, or if they're looking to, they have something up, but they just don't have the capacity to manage it themselves, or if they want to start it but don't want to manage it themselves, definitely please use these people as a resource. They definitely have the experience and the expertise to help catapult your rental desires and dreams. And I can't wait till you all get the yachts and the private jets, and just let me know. Keep me on the list.
Thank you.
Please come back when you get that. Yeah, please do.
Exactly. Keep us in mind for that.
Of course.
Aside from that, again, thank you. I want to thank our participants for joining us today. We truly appreciate you all coming on to take this information. We hope that you not only use it, but that you share it with others. We hope to see you again with us tomorrow. Tomorrow, we have Frances speaking, and she'll be speaking more so about the fourth industrial revolution, which what they're doing, they're a part of the shared economy, will be a part of that conversation piece that she'll be discussing tomorrow. So you'll really kind of get to see how everything ties in together. So she will be finishing us up, so that way she can explain to us how everything kind of ties together, and how we have to move different, and how the economy is changing and shifting and transitioning, and that we have to be a part of that change if we want to remain relevant and a part of that conversation. And then we also have Amazon. They're going to be with us tomorrow. They're going to be as well as Ruth Burton, who is with Oasis Center. They're going to be talking about career readiness. So how do you if you are inside of that industry where it's still a 9-to-5, how do you make yourself the best version of an employee? How do you get the job? How do you land the job? And what type of things companies are looking for? What type of roles and positions they're playing? So we would love to have you come and be a part of that conversation that starts at 11. And then, like I said, we're going to end with Frances. So encourage others to attend. You can go on our website and still register if you like. And I shall be sending out an email shortly for those that have already registered with the link information for tomorrow. So without further ado, again, thank you to our presenters. Thank you to those that joined us today. And we're going to go ahead and leave.